Welcome to a world reborn. What if the battle's end was just the beginning? A whisper of peace rising from Hogwarts' ashes, luring you into a twilight of calm. Step into the wizarding world after the Deathly Hallows, where Harry, Hermione, and Ron weave lives of quiet magic, their stories a gentle lullaby to cradle you into sleep. Let the stillness of this dawn wrap around you, its promise a tender thread from a scarred castle to a horizon of rest. Chapter 1: A Quiet Dawn, the Stillness of Victory. The air over Hogwarts hung heavy with the scent of smoke and stone as the sun rose on May 3, 1998, casting a golden glow across a castle scarred but unbroken. The Battle of Hogwarts had ended. Voldemort's shadow lifted from the wizarding world, and the echoes of spells faded into a silence that settled like dew on the grass. Harry Potter stood amidst the rubble, his wand still in hand, his green eyes tracing the horizon where the Forbidden Forest loomed, its trees whispering secrets of a war now past. The Deathly Hallows, the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, the Invisibility Cloak, had played their part, their power spent, and the world stretched before him, quiet and vast, a canvas of peace waiting to be shaped. This stillness was a gift, a tender pause after years of chaos, and it wrapped around the survivors like a blanket. Harry, Ron, Hermione, and the countless others who had fought beneath the castle's towers. The Great Hall, once a battlefield of grief, softened into a place of healing, its tables lined with weary faces finding rest. The house elves moved silently, their trays laden with bread and tea, their presence a quiet thread weaving the day back together. The portraits murmured softly, their voices a hum of relief, and the castle itself seemed to sigh, its stones settling into a calm that had been lost for too long. Imagine lying on that grass now, the cool earth beneath you, the dawn's light warming your skin, and let this quiet dawn draw you into a world where the fight is over, its peace a gentle tide to carry you into sleep. Theories of what came next ripple through this stillness, not with the urgency of battle, but with the softness of a dream unfolding. The wizarding world, bruised but breathing, turned toward a future uncharted, its heroes stepping into lives they'd scarcely dared to imagine. Harry, no longer the boy who lived, but a young man seeking rest, stood at the edge of something new. A life after the Hallows, after the prophecy, after the weight of destiny. The castle's towers rose against the sky, their shadows long and gentle, and the air carried a promise of days unwritten, a soothing whisper that invites you to drift with it, to wander through the calm that followed the storm. Harry's hidden haven. The months after the battle stretched slow and tender, a time of mending for a world that had teetered on the brink. Harry Potter, now 19, slipped away from the spotlight that had chased him since infancy. His name no longer a banner, but a whisper among friends. Theories linger in the quiet corners of Hogwarts' library, in the margins of Hermione's notes, that he sought a haven, a small cottage nestled in the hills beyond Godric's Hollow, its walls weathered stone, its roof kissed by ivy. The windows glowed with a soft light, the air smelled of wildflowers and rain, and the stillness there was a balm to a soul that had known too little peace. This haven was no grand manor, no echo of grim old places' shadowed halls, but a place of simplicity, where the wind rustled through the trees and the stars winked above a modest garden. Harry walked its paths alone at first, his boots crunching on gravel, his mind drifting to the faces he'd lost. Sirius, Dumbledore, Lupin, Tonks, Fred. The invisibility cloak hung by the door, its silver threads quiet reminder of battles won. but he rarely used it now, preferring the open sky to the shadows it once offered. The Elder Wand rested in Dumbledore's tomb, its power sealed away, and the Resurrection Stone lay lost in the forest, its whispers silenced. The Hallows had faded from his hands, their magic a memory, and in their place grew a life of gentle rhythms, morning tea by the hearth, evenings with a book, nights where the silence cradled him into rest. Ginny Weasley found him there, her red hair catching the sun as she stepped through the gate, her presence a thread of warmth weaving into his solitude. Theories suggest their days were soft, wandering the hills, tending a patch of flutterby bushes, their laughter a melody that blended with the breeze. The cottage became a refuge, not just for Harry, but for those who needed it. Ron and Hermione, Neville, Luna, its door always open, its fire always lit. The wizarding world spun on beyond those hills, its papers buzzing with tales of reconstruction. But Harry chose the quiet, his haven a sanctuary where the past could rest and the future could bloom. Imagine sitting by that hearth now, the crackle of flames a tender hum, the night settling over the cottage, and let this hidden haven carry you into dreams where peace grows like wildflowers in the dawn. Hermione's gentle revolution. The Ministry of Magic rose from its ashes, its marble halls echoing with the footsteps of a new era, and Hermione Granger stood at its heart, her mind a beacon of change. The battle's end had left her restless, her wand still warm from the spells that saved lives. But theories whisper that she turned not to war's echoes, but to a quiet fight, a revolution woven with parchment and patience. The Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures became her domain, its dusty files a canvas for her vision, its air thick with the scent of ink and old leather. She moved through it with a steady grace, her bushy hair tied back, her eyes bright with a purpose that softened the world around her. House elves, once bound by servitude, found a champion in her. SPEW, no longer a schoolgirl's dream, but a gentle force reshaping wizarding law. Theories suggest she sat by candlelight, drafting decrees that freed Dobby's kin, her quill scratching a rhythm that echoed through the burrow's kitchen, where Creature now brewed tea of his own accord. The goblins of Gringotts, their trust shaken by war, met her at long tables, their voices sharp but softening as she spoke of equity, of wands returned to hands that had forged them. Centaurs and merpeople too felt her reach, treaties penned in the quiet of the forbidden forest, their terms a whisper of respect that calmed the wild places around Hogwarts. Ron stood beside her, his laughter a counterpoint to her focus, his presence a steady anchor in the storm of reform. Their days blended work and rest, meetings in the ministry's halls, evenings by the burrow's fire, nights where the stars above Ottery St. Catchpole cradled their dreams. Hermione's revolution was no loud uprising, but a tender unfolding, a world mended with care, its edges softened by her will. The wizarding world turned with her, its laws a gentler weave, its creatures a quieter chorus, and her legacy grew like ivy over stone, a soothing thread that invites you to drift with it, to rest in a world where justice blooms in the stillness. Ron's steady path. The burrow stood as it always had, its crooked walls a testament to resilience, its garden buzzing with the hum of summer. Ron Weasley returned to it after the battle, his lanky frame folding into the familiar chaos of home, his freckled face softening with a smile that had weathered loss. Theories murmur that he sought not glory but steadiness, a life rooted in the earth he'd known since childhood. The war had carved lines into his youth, Fred's absence a quiet ache, George's laughter dimmer. But Ron turned to the light, his hands finding purpose in the simple and the true. The Chudley Cannons called to him, not as a player but as a guide, scouting talent in dusty pitches, his voice a steady hum as he coached young flyers under the sun. Theories suggest he roamed the countryside, his broom slung over his shoulder, his eyes tracing the sky where Ginny once soared for the harpies. The burrow became his anchor, its kitchen alive with Molly's cooking, its hearth warm with Arthur's tales, and Ron wove his days there, a tapestry of family and quiet joy. Hermione's work pulled her to London, but their paths crossed in the evenings, her books spread on the table, his hands kneading dough, their laughter a melody that filled the crooked house. George leaned on him, their bond a bridge over grief, and together they tended Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, its shelves bright with pranks that honored Fred's spirit. Ron's path was no grand saga, but a gentle arc, days of Quidditch and kneading, nights of firelight and family, a life that grew like the roses in Molly's garden. The wizarding world spun beyond the burrow's gate, its heroes hailed in headlines, but Ron chose the steady, his heart a quiet flame that warmed those around him. Imagine lying in that garden now, the grass soft beneath you, the stars winking above the crooked chimney, and let this steady path carry you into dreams where laughter hums gently in the dusk. The healing of Hogwarts. Hogwarts itself stood tall after the battle, its towers patched with new stone, its halls echoing with the soft shuffle of returning feet. The castle breathed again, its scars a testament to survival, its air thick with the scent of fresh paint and old magic. Theories whisper that it became a haven of healing, its doors flung wide to a generation seeking peace. Minerva McGonagall took the headmistress's chair, her stern gaze softened by wisdom, her voice a steady hum that guided the school into a new dawn. The portraits of Dumbledore and Snape watched from the walls, their eyes quiet with approval, their presence a thread tying past to present. Students returned, their robes a patchwork of houses, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, blending in a unity forged by war. The great hall filled with laughter once more, its tables laden with feasts, its ceiling a mirror to skies that brightened with each day. The forbidden forest grew quieter, its creatures settling into peace, Hagrid's hut a warm glow at its edge. Theories suggest the castle healed its own, Neville tending the greenhouses, his hands coaxing life from soil, Luna wandering the halls with her dreamy smile, her voice a whisper of wonder that calmed the restless. The room of requirement opened as a sanctuary, its walls shifting to cradle those who needed rest, its air a tender hush that mended broken spirits. Harry visited often, his steps soft on the stone, his presence a quiet bridge between the boy he'd been and the man he'd become. The castle's rhythms, bells tolling, staircases creaking, owls hooting, wove a lullaby that cradled its inhabitants, a healing that stretched beyond its walls to the wizarding world. The scars faded, the stones settled, and Hogwarts stood as a beacon, its light a gentle glow that invites you to drift with it, to rest in a place where magic mends the past into peace. A world reborn. The wizarding world beyond Hogwarts turned with a softer grace, its streets alive with the hum of renewal. Diagon Alley bustled again, its shops bright with color, Flourish and Blots stacked with books, Ollivanders crafting wands for a new generation, Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, a burst of laughter in the gray. Theories murmur that Nocturne Alley dimmed, its shadows thinning as peace took root, its wares turning from dark to curious. The ministry, under Kingsley Shacklebolt's steady hand, grew gentler, its laws a weave of fairness, its halls a quiet echo of Hermione's revolution. Families rebuilt. Neville with Hannah Abbott, their home a greenhouse of warmth. Luna with Rolf Scamander, their days a dance of discovery in wild places. The Weasleys grew, their table longer with each year, Molly's knitting a thread of love that bound them. Harry and Ginny, Ron and Hermione, their lives intertwined, their children a ripple of hope. James, Albus, Lily, Rose, Hugo, names that carried the past into a future of light. The wizarding world stretched wide, its magic a tender hum, its people a chorus of voices softened by victory. Imagine wandering these streets now, the cobblestones cool beneath your feet, the air alive with the scent of parchment and broom polish. The world after the Deathly Hallows is a quiet dawn, a place where the fight has faded, its peace a gentle tide that carries you forward. Let its stillness wrap around you, a soothing thread that weaves through the night, guiding you into dreams where Hogwarts glows softly in the distance. Chapter 2. Threads of Peace. Ginny's Soaring Spirit. The skies above the wizarding world stretched wide and blue, their breezes carrying the faint hum of broomsticks as the years unfolded after the Deathly Hallows. Ginny Weasley, her red hair aflame against the wind, found her place among them, her spirit soaring where the battle's echoes had faded. Theories whisper that she returned to the Holyhead Harpies, her Quidditch robes a swirl of green and gold, her firebolt cutting through the air with a grace that drew cheers from stands packed with witches and wizards. The pitch became her haven, its roar a distant cousin to war's chaos, its rhythm a dance that lifted her above the past. Her days with the Harpies were a blend of flight and fire, morning drills over misty fields, afternoons strategizing with teammates in cozy locker rooms, evenings where the sun dipped low to paint the sky in hues of victory. Harry watched from the stands, his smile quiet but bright. Their children, James, Albus, Lily, waving banners stitched by Molly's hands. Theories suggest Ginny's broom carried her beyond the game, her fame a gentle thread weaving her into the wizarding world's healing. She visited Hogwarts, her voice a steady hum as she coached young flyers on the Quidditch pitch, her laughter blending with the wind that once carried her brother's pranks. The cottage in the hills remained her anchor, its garden alive with her touch, roses climbing the walls, flutterby bushes trembling in the breeze. Nights there were soft, Harry by her side, their hands entwined as they traced constellations above the ivy. Ginny's spirit soared not just in the sky but in the quiet moments, a life of strength and tenderness, a thread of peace that wove through the wizarding world. Imagine drifting above that pitch now, the air cool against your skin, the crowds hum a gentle lullaby, and let her soaring spirit carry you into dreams where broomsticks glide through the dusk. Neville's green legacy. The greenhouses of Hogwarts shimmered with morning dew, their glass walls a quiet sanctuary where life bloomed anew after the battle's end. Neville Longbottom stepped into them with a steady grace, his robes dusted with soil, his hands gentle as they coaxed plants from the earth. Theories murmur that he took up the herbology mantle from Professor Sprout, his voice a soft echo in the humid air as he taught students the secrets of mandrakes and venomous tentacula. The castle's grounds became his domain, its gardens a tapestry of green that healed the scars of war, its stillness a balm to a soul once trembling with courage. His days were a rhythm of growth, mornings pruning flutterby bushes, afternoons guiding Hufflepuffs through the care of bubotubers, evenings where the sunset gilded the leaves he tended. Theories suggest he married Hannah Abbott. Their home a cottage near the leaky cauldron, its windows bright with potted herbs, its hearth warm with her quiet strength. Neville's legacy stretched beyond Hogwarts, herbology texts penned in his neat hand, their pages a guide for healers and gardeners across the wizarding world, their words a whisper of patience that mended what had been broken. Harry and Ginny visited often, their children tumbling through the greenhouses, Neville's laughter a steady hum as he taught them to plant moon seeds. The sword of Gryffindor rested in a case above his desk, its blade a memory of bravery, but Neville's true magic lay in the earth, roots spreading, flowers blooming, a green legacy that softened the wizarding world's edges. Imagine kneeling in that soil now, the scent of herbs wrapping around you, the greenhouse's quiet, a tender embrace, and let Neville's steady hands guide you into dreams where life grows gently in the light. Luna's wandering light. The wild places of the wizarding world stretched far beyond Hogwarts' walls, their paths winding through forests and moors where magic hummed soft and free. Luna Lovegood wandered them with a dreamy step, her blonde hair catching the sun, her wand tucked behind her ear as she sought the wonders others overlooked. Theories whisper that she roamed with Rolf Scamander, their days a dance of discovery, tracking crumple-horned snorkax in misty valleys, sketching nargles in the margins of her notes, their laughter a melody that blended with the wind. Her life was a light, gentle and unshaken, a thread of peace that wove through a world reborn. Their home, theories suggest, was a crooked tower near Ottery St. Catchpole, its walls painted with swirling moons, its garden alive with dirigible plums that glowed in the dusk. Luna's hands crafted tales, articles for Asterisk the Quibbler Asterisk, their pages a blend of truth and whimsy, their words a soothing hum that reached readers by owl post. She visited Hogwarts, her presence a quiet glow in the Ravenclaw common room, her voice calming students with stories of blibbering humdingers and rackspurts, her smile a gift that eased their worries. Harry and the others welcomed her, their gatherings a tapestry of friendship, Ron chuckling at her tales, Hermione debating her theories, Ginny braiding her hair by the fire. Luna's wandering light shone not in fame but in wonder, her days a gentle arc that traced the wild, her nights a rest beneath stars she named herself. Imagine walking those paths now, the grass soft beneath your feet, the air alive with her quiet hum, and let Luna's dreamy steps carry you into dreams where the world glows softly in the twilight. The Weasley Tapestry. The burrow stood crooked and warm, its walls a patchwork of love that grew with each year after the battle. The Weasley family wove a tapestry of life within it, their voices a chorus of laughter and memory, their presence a steady thread in the wizarding world's peace. Theories murmur that Molly and Arthur anchored it all, her knitting needles clicking by the fire, his shed humming with muggle gadgets, their home a haven where the scars of loss softened into stories. George rebuilt Weasley's Wizard Wheezes with Ron's help, its shelves bright with pranks, its laughter a tribute to Fred that echoed through Diagon Alley. Bill and Fleur's shell cottage glowed by the sea, their daughters' giggles blending with the waves, their table open to family on summer nights. Percy returned, his stiff edges softened, his quill now drafting ministry memos with a gentler hand, his evenings spent with Audrey by the burrow's hearth. Theories suggest the Weasley children, Victoire, Dominique, Louis, Molly, Lucy, Rose, Hugo, James, Albus, Lily, filled the house with chaos and light, their footsteps a rhythm that danced through the garden, their wands sparking with mischief and magic. Holidays were a flood of red hair and warmth, the kitchen alive with Molly's cooking, the air thick with the scent of treacle tart and love. Harry and Ginny, Ron and Hermione, their lives intertwined with the Burrow's pulse, their children a bridge to a future unshadowed by war. The Weasley tapestry grew, its threads a weave of resilience and joy, its quiet moments a balm to a world once torn. Imagine sitting at that table now, the fire's glow warming your skin, the family's hum a tender lullaby, and let this woven peace guide you into dreams where the Burrow stands forever in the dusk. Hogsmeade's gentle revival. Hogsmeade nestled beneath the castle's shadow, its cobblestones worn smooth by time, its shops rising from the battle's ashes with a quiet hum of life. Theories whisper that the village bloomed anew, its streets alive with the chatter of witches and wizards seeking peace. Honeydukes filled its shelves with chocolate frogs and sugar quills, their sweetness a comfort to students trudging from Hogwarts on snowy weekends. The three broomsticks glowed with firelight, Madame Rosmerta's butterbeer a warm thread weaving through the laughter that spilled from its doors. Zonko's joke shop flickered back to life, its pranks a softer echo of George's creations, its bells chiming as young hands tested fanged frisbees. Theories suggest Aberforth Dumbledore lingered at the Hog's Head, his gruff voice softened by years, his bar a quiet refuge for those who sought solitude over revelry. The shrieking shack stood silent, its legends fading into tales told by firelight, its walls a monument to a war won. Hogsmeade's revival was no grand flourish, but a gentle unfolding. Shops rebuilt, streets repaved, a village that cradled its people in the calm after the storm. Harry and his friends wandered its paths, their footsteps a quiet rhythm, Ginny with a broom over her shoulder, Ron with a bag of sweets, Hermione with a book from tomes and scrolls. The village stretched beneath the mountains, its lights a constellation of peace, its air a tender hum that carried the wizarding world forward. Imagine strolling those streets now, the cobblestones cool beneath your feet, the butterbeer's warmth in your hands, and let Hogsmeade's gentle revival carry you into dreams where the village glows softly in the night. A wider wizarding calm. The wizarding world beyond Hogwarts and Hogsmeade softened into a broader peace, its lands a patchwork of quiet lives unfolding under the sun. Theories murmur that Diagon Alley thrived, its bustle a hum of renewal, shops rebuilt, wands crafted, cauldrons polished in the morning light. The leaky cauldron buzzed with travelers, its hearth a steady glow, its walls a whisper of tales from a war now past. Knockturn Alley dimmed, its shadows thinning as peace took root, its stalls turning to curiosities over curses. The ministry grew under Kingsley's hand, its marble halls a place of fairness, its laws a gentle weave that cradled the magical and the mundane. Theories suggest the statute of secrecy held firm, Muggle and wizard worlds brushing close but calm, their edges softened by time. The Quidditch League soared, cannons rising with Ron's touch, harpies gleaming with Ginny's fire, stadia alive with cheers that echoed through the countryside. The wizarding world stretched wide, its magic a tender pulse, its people a chorus of voices finding rest after the storm. Imagine wandering this world now, the fields green beneath your feet, the sky a canopy of stars above. The threads of peace weave through it all. Harry's haven, Hermione's revolution, Ron's path, Ginny's flight, Neville's green, Luna's light. A tapestry of calm that cradles the wizarding world. Let its quiet hum wrap around you, a soothing tide that carries you forward, guiding you into dreams where magic glows gently in the stillness. Chapter 3, Shadows Softened. George's quiet laughter. The crooked walls of the burrow stood warm against the seasons, their embrace a steady anchor for George Weasley as the years stretched beyond the battle. The loss of Fred had carved a hollow in his heart, a shadow that lingered in the mirror where two faces once grinned. But theories whisper that George wove a life from that grief, his laughter a quiet thread stitching the wound closed. Weasley's Wizard Wheezes rose anew in Diagon Alley, its purple and orange sign a beacon of mischief, its shelves alive with puking pastils and fanged frisbees, each prank a tribute to the twin who'd never fade from his side. His days were a blend of chaos and calm, mornings tinkering in the shop's back room, the air thick with the scent of sugar and spell smoke, afternoons bantering with Ron as they stocked shelves, evenings where the burrow's firelight softened the edges of his smile. Theories suggest he married Angelina Johnson, her steady presence a counterpoint to his wild grin, their home above the shop a nest of warmth where laughter echoed once more. Their children, Fred and Roxanne, tumbled through the aisles, their red hair a mirror to the past, their giggles a melody that filled the quiet nights. George visited Hogwarts, his footsteps light on the stone, his pranks a gift to students who'd known war's weight. A skiving snack box slipped to a weary Gryffindor, a canary cream shared by the lake. The Weasley tapestry held him close, Molly's arms a refuge, Ron's shoulder a brace, and his laughter grew softer, a healing hum that wove through the wizarding world. Imagine standing in that shop now, the fizz of a trick wand in the air, the fire's glow warming your skin, and let George's quiet laughter carry you into dreams where mischief dances gently in the dusk. Draco's Redemption Road. The Malfoy Manor loomed still and silent in the Wiltshire countryside, its grandeur muted by the years after Voldemort's fall, its halls a whisper of a past undone. Draco Malfoy walked its paths with a quieter step, his platinum hair catching the sun, his gray eyes tracing a world he'd once sought to rule. Theories murmur that he turned from the shadows of his youth, his wand no longer a tool of pride but a bridge to something softer, a life of redemption woven with patience and penance. The dark mark faded on his arm, its burn a memory, its weight a lesson carved into his soul. His days, theories suggest, were spent in solitude at first, wandering the manor's gardens, their roses untamed, their thorns a mirror to the boy he'd been. Astoria Greengrass entered his life, her gentle spirit a light against his dark, their union a quiet vow beneath the stars. Their son, Scorpius, grew in the manor's softened halls, his laughter a sound Draco scarcely believed he deserved, his presence a thread pulling the family from shadow to peace. The wizarding world watched from afar, its whispers of Death Eater fading into murmurs of change, its judgment tempered by time. Draco ventured to Hogwarts, his visits rare but steady, meetings with McGonagall in her office, his voice low as he offered amends, his hands empty of malice. Theories suggest he worked with Hermione's reforms, his knowledge of pure-blood laws a tool for equity, his quill scratching alongside hers in the Ministry's quiet corners. The Malfoy name softened, its legacy reshaped, and Draco's road was no grand redemption but a gentle arc, a life of atonement, of love, of a calm that settled over the manor like mist. Imagine strolling those gardens now, the roses cool against your fingers, the night a tender shroud, and let Draco's quiet path guide you into dreams where shadows bloom into light. The staff's steady hands. Hogwarts stood as a sentinel of peace, its towers rising against the sky, its halls alive with the hum of a new era guided by hands that had weathered war. Minerva McGonagall sat in the headmistress's chair, her tartan robes a steady presence, her stern gaze softened by the years as she shepherded the castle into calm. Theories whisper that she rebuilt its heart. Classrooms repaired, portraits rehung, the great hall's ceiling a mirror to skies unmarred by dark marks. Her days were a rhythm of duty, mornings with students, afternoons with staff, evenings where the fire in her office cast a gentle glow over parchments and tea. Pomona Sprout lingered in the greenhouses a while longer, her hands guiding Neville into her role, her laughter a hum that blended with the rustle of leaves. Theories suggest she retired to a cottage in Hogsmeade, its garden a riot of color, its windows bright with the warmth of a life well lived. Phileas Flitwick remained, his wand a flicker in the charms classroom, his high voice a melody that calmed Ravenclaws poring over spells, his evenings spent tuning the choir's enchanted instruments. Horace Slughorn stayed too, his potions simmering in the dungeons, his tales of the past a soft thread weaving through Slytherin's halls, his ambition tempered by peace. Hagrid's hut glowed at the forest's edge, his booming voice a comfort as he tended Fang's kin and taught students the care of bowtruckles and nifflers. The staff's hands were steady, their presence a quiet weave that held Hogwarts together. McGonagall's wisdom, Sprout's growth, Flitwick's charm, Slughorn's craft, Hagrid's heart. The castle hummed with their care, its stones a cradle for a generation finding rest, its air a tender hush that invites you to drift with it, to sleep in a place where steady hands mend the world. The magical creatures calm. The wild places around Hogwarts softened with the peace that followed the Deathly Hallows. Their creatures a quiet chorus in a world reborn. The forbidden forest stretched thick and green, its shadows gentler as the centaurs roamed with less wariness, their hooves a steady rhythm on the earth. Theories murmur that Firenze returned to his kin, his starry gaze a bridge between herd and castle, his voice a whisper of stars that calmed the trees. The Acromantulas retreated deeper, their webs a fainter threat. Aragog's legacy a tale Hagrid told by firelight with a softer tone. The Black Lake rippled with a tender grace, its merpeople singing songs of peace, their voices a hum that drifted to the shore where students sat with books and dreams. The giant squid basked in the sun, its tentacles a lazy dance, its presence a comfort to those rowing across the water. Theories suggest the thestrals in the forest grew calmer, their skeletal forms a quiet guard, their wings carrying McGonagall on rare flights over the grounds. The bowtruckles clung to the trees, their chirps a melody that blended with the wind, their tiny hands a thread of life in the wood. Hagrid wandered these places, his lantern aglow in the dusk, his hands gentle as he fed hippogriffs and checked on flobberworms. The creature's calm was no grand shift but a subtle bloom, a forest less haunted, a lake more serene, a sky where owls flew free. The wizarding world stretched around them, its wild heart beating soft and steady, its peace a soothing tide that carries you forward. Imagine resting by that lake now, the water cool against your skin, the forest's hum a tender lullaby, and let these creatures calm guide you into dreams where magic rustles gently in the wild. The community's gentle weave. The wizarding community beyond the castle's gates wove a tapestry of peace, its threads a blend of old and new, its voices a chorus of lives finding rest. Theories whisper that St. Mungo's thrived, its healers, trained by Madame Pomfrey's steady hands, mending bodies and spirits with potions and care. The leaky cauldron hummed with travelers, their tales of a world reborn a soft murmur over butterbeer, their laughter a thread tying past to present. Diagon Alley cobblestones gleamed, its shops a quiet bustle. Flourish and blots with new additions. Quality Quidditch supplies with brooms for young flyers. Hogsmeade stretched beneath the mountains, its streets alive with students and villagers, its air thick with the scent of chocolate and broom polish. Theories suggest the Order of the Phoenix faded into memory, its members, Kingsley, McGonagall, Hagrid, settling into quieter roles, their vigilance a whisper in the calm. The DA lingered too, its coins a keepsake for Neville, Luna, and the others, their bravery a tale told to children by firelight. The community grew, families like the Longbottoms and Scamanders, their homes warm with love, their gardens a bloom of peace. Harry and his circle moved through it all, their presence a quiet thread, visits to Hogsmeade, dinners at the Burrow, walks through Diagon Alley's glow. The wizarding world softened, its edges smoothed by time, its people a weave of resilience and rest. Imagine wandering this community now, the streets alive with gentle hums, the night a canopy of stars, and let its peaceful weave carry you into dreams where the world glows softly in the stillness. A softening horizon. The horizon of the wizarding world stretched wide and calm, its days a gentle arc from the battle's end to a future unshadowed by war. George's laughter, Draco's redemption, the staff's care, the creature's quiet, the community's weave, they blend into a tapestry of peace, a world where the Deathly Hallows rest as relics, their power a memory in the light. Hogwarts stands at its heart, its towers a sentinel, its halls a cradle for lives reborn, its air a tender hum that carries the past into rest. The wizarding world turns with a softer grace, its magic a steady pulse, its people chorus finding calm after the storm. Theories of this life, Harry's haven, Hermione's reforms, Ron's path, Ginny's flight, Neville's green, Luna's light, unfold like petals in the dawn, their edges gentle, their rhythm a lullaby that invites you to drift. Imagine lying beneath that horizon now, the sky a blanket of stars, the earth a tender bed, and let this softening world guide you into dreams where peace hums gently in the night. Chapter 4, The Next Dawn. The Children of Light. The wizarding world bloomed with a new generation as the years stretched beyond the Deathly Hallows, its homes and halls alive with the footsteps of children born into peace. Harry and Ginny's brood, James Sirius, Albus Severus, Lily Luna, grew in the cottage's ivy-clad embrace, their laughter a melody that danced through the hills. Theories whisper that James inherited his namesake's mischief, his red hair aflash as he darted through Hogwarts corridors, his wand sparking pranks that echoed Fred and George's legacy. Albus, quieter, his green eyes a mirror to Harry's, wandered the library with a book in hand, his sorting into Slytherin, a gentle bridge between houses. Lily, her spirit bright, flitted through the grounds, her broom a gift from Ginny, her voice a hum that softened the castle's stone. Ron and Hermione's children, Rose and Hugo, filled the burrow with their own light, their days a weave of intellect and warmth. Theories suggest Rose took after her mother, her bushy hair framing a face bent over scrolls, her Gryffindor robes a badge of courage tempered by reason. Hugo, his freckles a map of Weasley blood, roamed with a gentler step, his Hufflepuff heart a quiet echo of Ron's loyalty, his hands steady as he tended the garden with Molly. The Weasley tapestry grew, Victoire with her Vila glow, Dominique's wild spirit, Louise's soft charm, Molly and Lucy's studious calm, Fred and Roxanne's boundless mischief, a chorus of voices that carried the past into a future unshadowed by war. These children of light roamed Hogwarts, their footsteps a rhythm on the staircases, their laughter a thread weaving through the great hall. Theories murmur that they forged friendships across houses. Albus and Scorpius Malfoy, Rose and her Ravenclaw peers, their bonds a tender mending of old divides. The castle cradled them, its towers a sentinel, its air a soothing hum that blended with their dreams. Imagine lying in that dormitory now, the curtains drawn soft around your bed, the night a gentle whisper, and let these children's light carry you into dreams where youth glows brightly in the dawn. The Ministry's gentle evolution. The Ministry of Magic stood tall in London's hidden depths, its marble halls a quiet testament to a world reborn, its corridors humming with a softer purpose. Kingsley Shacklebolt's steady hand guided it through the years, his deep voice a calm that settled over the atrium, his robes a shadow of strength and peace. Theories suggest Hermione's influence grew within its walls, her role as minister following Kingsley's tenure a natural bloom, her quill a tool that reshaped laws with care. The air smelled of parchment and wax, its stillness a canvas for a gentle evolution that cradled the wizarding world. The Department of Magical Law Enforcement softened, its aurors, hairy among them for a time, shifting from hunters to guardians, their wands a shield rather than a sword. Theories whisper that Ron joined them briefly, his humor a light in the training rooms, before stepping back to the Burrow's embrace, his badge a keepsake by the hearth. The Department for the Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures thrived under Hermione's touch, its decrees a tender weave. House elves freed, goblins respected, centaurs honored with treaties signed in the forest's hush. The misuse of Muggle artifacts office hummed with Arthur's delight, his experiments a quiet joy, his memos a flutter of paper that brightened the halls. The Ministry's evolution was no grand upheaval but a steady unfolding. Offices rebuilt, corruption swept away, its people a chorus of voices finding rest. Harry visited, his presence a quiet thread, his advice a whisper in Kingsley's ear, his days there fading as the cottage called him home. The wizarding world turned with this gentle hand, its laws a soothing rhythm, its air a tender hum that invites you to drift with it, to rest in a place where fairness grows like ivy over stone. Magical innovations in the quiet. The wizarding world stretched into a future of quiet wonders, its magic a gentle pulse that wove through the years after the battle. Theories murmur that Diagon Alley became a cradle of innovation, its shops alive with creations born of peace. Weasley's wizard wheezes led the way, George's mind a spark, ever-bouncing balls that floated on laughter, whispering wands that hummed secrets to their owners, their glow a soft light in the dusk. Flourish and blots swelled with new tomes, Neville's herbology guides, Hermione's treatises on equality, Luna's whimsical bestiaries, their pages a whisper of knowledge that calmed the curious. Hogsmeade joined the dance, its streets a hum of gentle marvels, honeydukes crafting calming chocolates that melted stress away, their sweetness a balm to weary souls. Zonko's testing silent sneakers that hushed footsteps, a gift for Hogwarts pranksters. Theories suggest the Ministry embraced these innovations. Arthur's enchanted Muggle radios now legal, their tunes a soft thread through wizarding homes. Hermione's charmed quills that wrote without ink, their scratches a rhythm in the offices. Hogwarts itself evolved, its classrooms lit by Flitwick's everglow lanterns, their light a steady gleam, its potions brewed with Slughorn's time-slow cauldrons, their simmer a soothing hum. These innovations were no loud revolution, but a tender bloom, magic woven into daily life, its edges softened by ingenuity and care. The wizarding world glowed with them, its streets and schools a quiet tapestry, its air alive with the scent of possibility. Imagine wandering these places now, the cobblestones warm beneath your feet, the glow of a lantern in your hand, and let these gentle wonders guide you into dreams where magic hums softly in the night. The Quidditch Sky. The skies above the wizarding world stretched wide and free, their breezes alive with the roar of Quidditch as peace took root. Theories whisper that the league soared higher after the battle, their pitches a canvas of flight and joy. The Holyhead Harpies gleamed with Ginny's fire, her legacy a thread in their victories, her name a cheer on young lips as they clutched brooms in muddy fields. The Chudley Cannons rose too, Ron's steady hand scouting talent, his grin alight in the stands as orange robes flashed against the sky. Their first cup a quiet triumph after decades of hope. Hogwarts Quidditch pitch buzzed with new flyers, James leading Gryffindor with a swagger, Lily darting as Seeker, their games a dance that filled the castle with cheers. Theories suggest Albus watched from the sidelines, his Slytherin scarf a quiet flag, his heart with his siblings despite the house divide. The Weasley cousins joined the fray, Rose a keeper, Hugo a chaser, their brooms a weave of family pride, their laughter a hum that blended with the wind. Professional teams scouted them, their names whispered in the leaky cauldron, their futures a soft arc in the Quidditch sky. The wizarding world turned with this flight, its stadia alive with banners and butterbeer, its air a tender rush that carried the game forward. Harry and Ginny sat in the stands, their hands clasped, their children's brooms a blur above, their smiles a quiet echo of days past. Imagine soaring in that sky now, the wind cool against your skin, the crowds hum a gentle lullaby, and let this Quidditch sky carry you into dreams where broomsticks glide through the dawn. The wild places reborn. The wild places of the wizarding world softened with the years, their edges a gentle bloom in the calm after the Deathly Hallows. The forbidden forest stretched thick and green, its paths a quiet weave where Hagrid wandered with his lantern, his voice a hum as he tended hippogriffs and checked on thestrals. Theories murmur that Luna and Rolf roamed its depths, notes a whisper of new creatures. Rackspurts glimpsed, Snorkax sought their presence a light that calmed the trees. The centaurs watched with less wariness, their starry maps a thread of peace, their hooves a steady rhythm on the earth. The Black Lake rippled with a tender grace, its waters alive with merpeople's songs, their voices a melody that drifted to the shore where Neville's students gathered gillyweed. The giant squid basked in the sun, its tentacles a lazy dance, its shadow a comfort to swimmers in the summer haze. Theories suggest the mountains beyond Hogsmeade hid dragons, Norwegian ridgebacks nesting in quiet caves, their roars a distant hum, their scales a gift to healers crafting potions. The wild places reborn were no untamed chaos, but a gentle harmony. Forests thicker, lakes deeper, skies wider with peace. Hagrid's hut stood at the edge, its windows glowing, its garden a bloom of pumpkins and herbs, its air a tender hush that cradled the wild. The wizarding world stretched around it, its magic a steady pulse, its creatures a chorus of calm that invites you to drift with it, to rest in a place where the wild grows soft. Imagine lying by that lake now, the waters lap a soothing tide, the forests rustle a tender whisper, and let these wild places guide you into dreams where nature hums gently in the light. A tapestry of tomorrow. The wizarding world wove a tapestry of tomorrow, its threads a blend of youth and wisdom, its days a gentle arc from the battle's end to a future of light. The children of light, James, Albus, Lily, Rose, Hugo, and their kin, carried the past into peace, their wands a flicker of hope, their laughter a hum that softened the world. The Ministry's evolution, its innovations, its Quidditch skies, its wild places, they blend into a calm that cradles Hogwarts and beyond, a world where the Deathly Hallows rest as relics, their power a memory in the dawn. The wizarding world turns with a tender grace, its magic a soothing rhythm, its people a chorus finding rest after the storm. Theories of this life, the next generation's bloom, the Ministry's care, the wild's rebirth, unfold like petals in the quiet, their edges gentle, their presence a lullaby that invites you to drift. Imagine wandering this tapestry now, the fields green beneath your feet, the sky a canopy of dreams, and let this next dawn carry you into sleep where peace glows softly in the stillness. Chapter 5: Everyday Enchantments. The Rhythm of Home. The wizarding world settled into a gentle rhythm as the years unfolded beyond the Deathly Hallows, its homes a patchwork of warmth and magic that cradled daily life. Harry and Ginny's cottage in the hills hummed with the soft pulse of family. Mornings alive with the clatter of breakfast, the scent of toast and tea drifting through the kitchen. James's laughter a spark as he raced Lily to the garden. Theories whisper that Harry brewed coffee by the hearth, his wand a flicker as he charmed the pot to pour, his green eyes tracing the hills where peace had taken root. Ginny tended the flutterby bushes, her hands steady, her voice a hum as she called Albus from his books to join the day. The burrow stood crooked and bright, its walls a chorus of Weasley life. Ron kneading dough with Molly, his freckled hands dusted with flour, Hermione sorting scrolls by the fire, her quill a quiet scratch as Rose and Hugo sprawled with games of exploding snap. Theories suggest evenings there were a blend of chaos and calm, Arthur tinkering with enchanted radios, their tunes a soft thread through the room. The family gathered round a table laden with treacle tart and love. George's flat above the shop glowed with Angelina's warmth, their children tumbling through. Fred's namesake a whirl of mischief that softened the night. Draco's manor softened too, its halls alive with Astoria's gentle touch. Scorpius reading by the window, his platinum hair catching the sun, the air thick with the scent of roses from the garden. The rhythm of home was no grand tale but a tender weave. Kitchens alive, fires crackling, gardens blooming. A daily enchantment that cradled the wizarding world in peace. Imagine sitting by that hearth now, the warmth a tender embrace, the hum of family a soothing tide, and let this rhythm carry you into dreams where home glows softly in the dusk. The pulse of Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley stretched through the heart of wizarding London, its cobblestones a quiet pulse of daily life as the world turned beyond the battle. The alley woke with the dawn, shopkeepers sweeping stoops, their brooms a rustle in the cool air, the scent of parchment and potion herbs drifting from open doors. Theories murmur that Flourish and Blots buzzed with morning readers, their hands tracing new editions of Neville's herbology guides, Hermione's legal treatises stacked by the till. Weasley's Wizard Wheezes sparkled with George's innovations, its windows alive with whiz-bangs that fizzed in silence, drawing smiles from passers-by. Ollivander's hummed with the craft of wands, its shelves aglow of cherry and ash. Young witches and wizards stepping through for their first magic, their voices a whisper of wonder. Quality Quidditch supplies gleamed with brooms, firebolts polished, nimbus models gleaming. Ron's shadow lingering as he chatted with the owner, his eyes on a broom for Hugo. Theories suggest the leaky cauldron served as the alley's heart, its tables laden with butterbeer and stew. Hannah Abbott's smile a steady light as she poured for travelers and locals alike. Her days with Neville a quiet thread weaving through the bustle. The pulse of Diagon Alley was a gentle dance, shoppers wandering, owls fluttering with post, the air alive with the hum of daily magic. Harry and Ginny strolled its paths, their children darting ahead, their hands clasped as they browsed for school supplies or sweets. The wizarding world turned with this rhythm, its streets a soothing hum, its life a tender bloom that invites you to drift with it, to rest in a place where the alley glows softly in the morning light. Hogwarts' daily magic. Hogwarts stood as a cradle of enchantment, its halls a quiet pulse of learning and life in the years after the Deathly Hallows. The castle woke with the toll of bells, students shuffling to breakfast, their robes a swirl of color, the great hall alive with the clatter of plates and the scent of porridge and pumpkin juice. Theories whisper that Neville's herbology lessons filled the greenhouses with morning dew, his voice a steady hum as he guided hands through soil, the air thick with the rustle of leaves and the bloom of flutterby bushes. Flitwick's charms classes sparkled in the afternoon, his wand a flicker as he taught levitation spells, his high laugh a melody that calmed Ravenclaws bent over parchment. Slughorn's potions simmered in the dungeons, their steam a soft haze as Slytherins measured lacewing flies, his tales a whisper that softened the stone. Theories suggest McGonagall roamed the corridors, her tartan a steady presence, her transfiguration lessons a dance of desks into doves, her stern gaze a comfort to Gryffindors finding their way. Hagrid's hut glowed at the edge, his care of magical creatures classes a tumble of nifflers and bowtruckles, his booming voice a lullaby that blended with the forest's rustle. The daily magic of Hogwarts was a tender rhythm, staircases shifting, portraits murmuring, owls hooting from the owlery, a life woven with lessons and laughter, its air a soothing hum that cradled students into peace. Harry's children roamed its halls, James with his pranks, Albus with his quiet, Lily with her broom, their presence a thread tying past to present. Imagine drifting through that castle now, the stone cool beneath your feet, the hum of magic a gentle tide, and let Hogwarts' daily life guide you into dreams where the school glows softly in the dusk. Hogsmeade's quiet days. Hogsmeade nestled beneath the castle's shadow, its streets a gentle pulse of village life as the wizarding world settled into calm. The village woke with the chime of shop bells, honeydukes unpacking sugar quills, their sweetness adrift in the air, the three broomsticks stoking its fire, the scent of butterbeer warming the morning. Theories murmur that Madame Rosmerta's days were a steady hum, pouring drinks, wiping tables, her laugh a thread weaving through the chatter of students and villagers huddled by the hearth. Zonko's sparkled with gentle pranks, silent sneakers tested by young hands, their hush a gift for weekend mischief, while the Hog's Head stood quieter, Aberforth's gruff voice a soft echo as he served locals seeking solitude, his goats bleating in the yard. Theories suggest the post office buzzed with owls, their wings aflutter as letters flew to Diagon or the Burrow, their hoots a melody that softened the day. The shrieking shack loomed silent, its tales a whisper by firelight, its presence a monument to a peace hard won. Hogsmeade's quiet days were a tender weave, villagers tending gardens, students wandering from Hogwarts, the air alive with the scent of chocolate and broom polish. Neville and Hannah strolled its paths, their hands clasped, their cottage aglow at the edge, while Luna drifted through with Rolf, her dreamy gaze on the mountains beyond. The wizarding world turned with this rhythm, its village a soothing hum, its life a gentle bloom that invites you to rest in a place where Hogsmeade glows softly in the afternoon light. The wild's everyday wonders. The wild places of the wizarding world stretched wide and calm, their daily life a quiet enchantment in the years after the battle. The forbidden forest rustled with morning dew, centaurs tracing starry paths, their hooves a steady rhythm, bowtruckles chirping as they clung to trees, their tiny hands a thread of life in the wood. Theories whisper that Hagrid roamed its edges, his lantern aglow as he fed hippogriffs, their wings a soft rush, his voice a hum that calmed the wild's heart. The black lake shimmered with the day's light, its merpeople weaving nets of gillyweed, their songs a gentle ripple that drifted to the shore where students sketched by the water's edge. The giant squid basked in the sun, its tentacles a lazy dance, its shadow a comfort to swimmers in the summer haze. Theories suggest the mountains beyond Hogsmeade hid quiet wonders. Dragons nesting in caves, their scales a gleam for Luna's notes. Thestrals gliding through the dusk, their flight a whisper that softened the sky. The wild's everyday wonders were no grand spectacle but a tender pulse. Forests alive, lakes serene, mountains steady with life, a magic woven into the earth, its air a soothing tide that cradled the wizarding world in peace. Harry and his friends wandered these places, Ginny with her broom, Ron with a fishing rod, Hermione with a book, their presence a thread in the wild's calm. Imagine lying by that forest now, the leaves a tender rustle, the lake's lap a gentle whisper, and let these wonders guide you into dreams where the wild glows softly in the light. A life woven softly. The wizarding world wove a life of everyday enchantments, its days a gentle arc from the battle's end to a future of calm. The rhythm of home, Harry's tea, Ron's dough, Ginny's garden, blends with the pulse of Diagon Alley, its shops a hum of daily magic. Hogwarts lessons, Hogsmeade streets, the wild's wonders, they thread into a tapestry of peace, a world where the Deathly Hallows rest as memories, their power a whisper in the dawn. The wizarding world turns with a tender grace, its magic a soothing rhythm, its people a chorus finding rest in the quiet of the everyday. Theories of this life, the homes alive, the schools blooming, the wild steady, unfold like petals in the stillness, their edges gentle, their presence a lullaby that invites you to drift. Imagine wandering this world now, the grass soft beneath your feet, the air a canopy of calm, and let these everyday enchantments carry you into sleep where peace hums gently in the night. Chapter 6. The Eternal Twilight. The Legacy of the Fallen. The wizarding world stretched into a twilight of peace, its air alive with the whispers of those who had fallen to secure it. Dumbledore, Snape, Sirius, Lupin, Tonks, Fred, and countless others whose names echoed in the stillness. Hogwarts stood as their monument, its stones a quiet testament to their sacrifice, its halls a cradle for the lives they'd saved. Theories murmur that Harry carried their memory in the hills beyond his cottage, his green eyes tracing the stars where Sirius once shone, his wand a flicker as he lit a lantern each May 2nd, its glow a tender thread tying past to present. The burrow held Fred's spirit in its crooked walls, George's laughter a soft echo of his twin, Molly's hands knitting scarves in Gryffindor red that draped the family in love. Theories suggest Hermione etched their names into law, Dobby's freedom a decree, Lupin's werewolf reforms a whisper of justice, her quill a steady hum in the ministry's quiet corners. Ron tended their graves in Godric's Hollow, his freckled hands brushing leaves from stone, his voice a murmur as he told James and Hugo of the heroes they'd never meet. Hogwarts itself honored them, Dumbledore's portrait smiling from the headmistress's office, Snape's in a shadowed frame, their eyes a gentle watch over students who knew their tales from books. The legacy of the fallen was no heavy burden, but a tender bloom, a light in the castle's windows, a warmth in the Weasley hearth, a calm that settled over the wizarding world like dusk. Imagine standing by that lantern now, its glow soft against your skin, the night a tender shroud, and let their legacy carry you into dreams where the fallen glow faintly in the stars. The Twilight of Heroes. The heroes of the Deathly Hallows grew into their twilight with a quiet grace, their wands resting by hearths, their days a gentle arc from battle to peace. Harry Potter, his hair streaked with gray, wandered the hills of his haven, his hands tending the garden where Lily Luna played, his laughter a hum that blended with Ginny's as they watched the stars. Theories whisper that he stepped back from the horrors, his badge a keepsake by the fire, his life a steady rhythm, mornings with tea, afternoons with family, nights where the cottage's silence cradled him into rest. Hermione Granger, her bushy hair silvering, sat in the minister's office, her voice a steady hum as she guided the wizarding world with care, her reforms a tapestry of fairness that softened its edges. Ron remained her anchor, his days at the Burrow or Weasley's wizard wheezes, a blend of dough and pranks, his freckled face a light that warmed her return. Theories suggest Ginny retired from the Harpies, her broom a relic above the cottage door, her time spent coaching young flyers at Hogwarts, her spirits soaring in their flights. Neville Longbottom's greenhouses thrived, his hands steady as he taught generations, his cottage with Hannah a glow of herbs and love. Luna Lovegood roamed still, her tower with Rolf a swirl of moons, her dreamy voice a whisper that calmed the wild places she explored. The Twilight of Heroes was no grand finale but a tender fading, lives woven with family, with magic, with a peace that cradled the wizarding world in its glow. Imagine sitting with them now, the fire's crackle a soothing tide, the night a gentle canopy, and let their twilight guide you into dreams where heroes rest softly in the dusk. The Children's Horizon. The children of the Deathly Hallows stretched the wizarding world into a horizon of light, their wands a flicker of hope, their days a bloom of peace unshadowed by war. James Sirius Potter flew through Hogwarts, his Gryffindor robes a swirl as he led Quidditch teams, his pranks a nod to his namesakes, his laughter a hum that filled the Great Hall. Albus Severus, his Slytherin scarf a quiet flag, roamed the library with Scorpius Malfoy, their friendship a thread mending old wounds, their voices a whisper over potions and stars. Lily Luna danced through the grounds, her broom a blur, her Hufflepuff heart a light that softened the castle's stone. Rose Granger Weasley, her Gryffindor mind sharp, pored over books with Hermione's intensity, her wand a steady glow as she brewed potions, her evenings with Hugo a blend of study and play. Hugo, his Hufflepuff loyalty a mirror to Ron, tended the Burrow's garden, his hands gentle, his smile a warmth that drew cousins near. Theories suggest the Weasley brood, Victoire, Dominique, Louis, Molly, Lucy, Fred, Roxanne, wove their own paths, some to the ministry, others to Quidditch, their red hair aflame across the wizarding world, their lives a chorus of joy. Scorpius Malfoy, his platinum hair a gleam, grew in Draco's softened manner, his Slytherin robes a badge of quiet pride. His friendship with Albus a bridge to a future free of shadows. The children's horizon was a gentle dawn, Hogwarts alive with their footsteps, Diagon Alley buzzing with their dreams, the wild places a playground for their wonder. Imagine wandering that castle now, their laughter a tender hum, the dawn a soft glow, and let their horizon carry you into dreams where youth blooms brightly in the light. The eternal Hogwarts. Hogwarts stood eternal in the wizarding world's twilight, its towers a sentinel against the sky, its halls a cradle for magic that never faded. The castle turned with the seasons, autumn leaves rustling through the grounds, winter snow blanketing the turrets, spring blooms spilling from Neville's greenhouses, summer sun warming the lake. Theories whisper that McGonagall passed her mantle to a new head, perhaps a Ravenclaw with Flitwick's charm or a Hufflepuff with Sprout's care. Their voice a steady hum guiding the school into calm. The great hall glowed with feasts, its tables a weave of houses. Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, their banners a tapestry of unity forged by war's end. The staircases shifted, the portraits murmured. The room of requirement opened to those needing rest, its air a tender hush that mended spirits. Theories suggest the Forbidden Forest grew quieter, its creatures a gentle chorus, centaurs stargazing, thestrals gliding, Hagrid's successors tending the wild with his heart. The Black Lake rippled with merpeople's songs, its waters a mirror to a sky where owls flew free. Hogwarts was no relic but a living enchantment, its stones etched with the past, its halls alive with the present, its future aglow in the children's eyes. Harry and his friends returned as guests, their footsteps soft on the stone, their presence a thread tying their youth to this eternal calm. Imagine drifting through those halls now, the air cool with magic, the castle's hum a soothing lullaby, and let Hogwarts eternity guide you into dreams where the school stands forever in the twilight. The wizarding world's quiet glow. The wizarding world beyond Hogwarts shimmered with a quiet glow, its lands a patchwork of peace that stretched into the years. Diagon Alley bustled softly, shops alive with gentle innovations, the leaky cauldron's hearth a steady light, its cobblestones worn smooth by time. Hogsmeade nestled beneath the mountains, its streets a hum of daily life, Honeyduke's sweetness, the Three Broomsticks' warmth, a village that cradled its people in calm. Theories murmur that the Ministry thrived under Hermione's successors, its laws a tender weave, its marble halls a whisper of fairness that echoed through the world. The wild places bloomed, forests thick with magic, lakes deep with wonder, mountains hiding dragons and dreams. Quidditch soared in the skies, its pitches a roar of joy, its brooms a dance that carried the wizarding spirit forward. Theories suggest the Statute of Secrecy held, Muggle and wizard worlds brushing close but calm, their edges softened by a peace that endured. Families grew, Potters, Weasleys, Malfoys, Longbottoms, Lovegoods, their homes a constellation of light, their lives a chorus of rest after the storm. The wizarding world's quiet glow was no fleeting spark, but a steady flame. Its magic a hum, its people a weave of resilience and love, its days a gentle arc from battle to twilight. Harry and his circle stood at its heart, their legacy a whisper in the wind, their presence a thread in the glow that cradled all. Imagine wandering this world now, the fields green beneath your feet, the stars a tender canopy, and let its quiet glow carry you into dreams where peace shimmers softly in the night. A beautiful farewell. The wizarding world settled into an eternal twilight, its skies a blend of dusk and dawn, its air a tender hum that carried the Deathly Hallows into memory. Harry Potter's cottage stood in the hills, its ivy a shroud of peace, his lantern a glow that lit the past. Sirius, Dumbledore, Snape, Lupin, all resting in the stars above. Ginny's broom hung by the door, her red hair silver now, her hand in his as they watched their children's children tumble through the grass. Ron and Hermione sat by the burrow's fire, their laughter a melody with Rose and Hugo, their lives a weave of dough and law that softened the world. Neville's greenhouses bloomed, Luna's tower swirled, George's shop sparkled, all threads in a tapestry of calm. Hogwarts rose eternal, its towers piercing a sky where the battle's echoes had faded, its halls alive with the hum of magic that never dimmed. The great hall glowed, the forest rustled, the lake rippled, a cradle for a world reborn, its scars a testament to a peace hard won. The children, James, Albus, Lily, Rose, Hugo, Scorpius, carried the light forward, their wands a flicker of hope, their footsteps a rhythm that danced through the wizarding world. Diagon Alley bustled, Hogsmeade nestled, the wild places bloomed, a quiet glow that wrapped around it all, a gentle tide that carried the past into rest. Imagine lying in that twilight now, the grass cool beneath you, the air a tender whisper of magic and memory. The wizarding world turns with a softness, its heroes at rest, its children dreaming, its magic a lullaby that weaves through the night. The Deathly Hallows, the wand, the stone, the cloak, rest as relics, their power a whisper in the glow of a world that needs them no more. Harry's lantern flickers, Hermione's quill stills, Ron's laughter fades, and all is calm, a beautiful farewell to a tale of war and wonder now cradled in peace. Close your eyes and let this eternal twilight wash over you, a soothing tide that carries you into a world where the battle is done, its echoes a gentle hum in the distance. The cottage glows, the burrow stands. Hogwarts endures, their light a tender embrace that softens the night. The wizarding world stretches around you, its fields a bed, its skies a blanket, its quiet a chorus of lives woven into rest. Sleep comes now, a tender bloom that wraps you in the glow of this farewell. Harry's peace, Ginny's flight, Ron's warmth, Hermione's care all fading into the dusk. A calm conclusion to a world that shines softly in your dreams. Rest now in the eternal twilight of the wizarding world, its magic a whisper that cradles you through the night. The castle hums faintly, the forest sighs, the lake ripples, and all is still. A beautiful end to a tale of life after the Deathly Hallows, a peace that carries you gently into slumber.